Wow, it is hard to believe. Well, maybe it's not hard to believe. I don't know. It is hard to believe, at least for me, that we are over halfway done with 2022. That's insane. I feel like the years keep going faster as I get older. Maybe that's how time works. Uh, next week, we'll be discussing time theory. No, we won't. No, we won't get into that. But hey, look, here's the deal. Time flies whether we want it to or not. And here we are in July, mid-July. And we haven't done a State of the Union, a State of the Chamber yet. And we've been in the habit of doing it at the beginning of Q1 and the beginning of Q3. So here we are. We've had an insane first half of our year. And a lot of you have seen the things that have happened. But a lot of it was a lot of excitement and hurry up and wait sort of stuff, which we're going to get into. But we had some huge events. We had, another iteration of our Veterans in the Workforce Summit. We had Veterans Light Up the Arts, which was a success yet again. We've had a ton of great events, a lot of great new programs. And our biggest victories as an organization have been from a funding standpoint, in that we've been awarded, by merit of the work that we have done up until this point, we've been awarded some significant grant funding to expand our operations throughout the entire state and expand our programs and to expand our events throughout the entire state. And in our veteran-owned and military spouse-owned business support and our veteran-owned business supply chain development, our programs, our education for HR and hiring professionals on acquiring and retaining veteran talent. I mean, all of those things we're able to expand now, and we're in a planning phase because some of you have recalled we had the photo op with the giant check when we got that massive grant from the state. Which was a blast. Haven't seen a penny of it yet. And that's nothing against the state. It's just how that process works. Anybody who has gotten a grant knows that it's not like, hey, okay, here's your grant. Take your money and run. Like that's not how it works, especially for big money grants. And this was definitely a big one. So we are in, that's what I meant by hurry up and wait, in that we had all this preparation and all of this planning leading up to receiving it. And now we're in preparation planning for how we're going to utilize that. And today, that's what we're going to talk about, the state of where we're at now with the chamber and what our plans are for the second half of this year and beyond. And our special guests are the rest of the Wisconsin Veterans Chamber of Commerce staff, your favorite people, President and CEO Saul Newton, and Vice President of Membership, Christian Thornton. It's like, it's a dream team right here. This is like if Veteran Chamber of Commerce employees were a basketball team from the 90s, this would be the dream team. I don't know which one I would be. I'm going to ask the guys when they come back which basketball player they would be from the 1990s dream team. So guys, get ready for that. We're going to get into it and more right after this. Let's go! Motivated to talk about the state of the chamber. Friends, Christian Thornton and Saul Newton, how are you guys?
Doing well.
Doing great. Glad to be here.
Was that a good enough introduction? And do you have an answer for my question? If you were a player on the 1990s USA Dream Team, who would you be?
I got to go with, for those who know my background, flying, I'd have to go with Air Jordan.
Really? Okay.
Oh, for sure.
I have to look up original Dream Team now because I want to make sure that I get this right. I know it's not Isaiah Thomas.
No, he was left off.
He was left off.
Magic was on that though. Was it Magic Johnson?
Karl Malone, John Stockton, Charles Barkley, Pippen and Jordan.
Okay.
I'm missing some. So I think Larry Bird was on there. So as much as I might say I want to be Larry Bird, I think I'm more of a Barkley.
I'm going to go with Scottie Pippen, and I'll tell you why, because Michael Jordan is Michael Jordan, but he's not Michael Jordan without Scottie Pippen. And I feel like I'm a pretty valuable utility player. I'm supporting cast. That's what I would say.
Plus, you don't have the hair to be Rodman, so.
Rodman was on there. Was he really? No.
No? Oh, I get my teams mixed up.
That was later. My goodness. Okay, well, anyways, we got a little sidetracked there. Probably my fault. Definitely my fault. But folks, we're talking about with Larry Bird and Michael Jordan here. We are talking about the state of the chamber. All right. And the things that we're going to be talking about are our membership, our marketing and communications, and our programs, and then in particular, our program funding. And we're going to blast through this and give you guys an overview about what's going on, and then let you go about your Wednesday. So, Saul, let's start with you, my friend. Can we talk about programs and probably our most exciting part is our expanded program funding and all that great stuff. So what do we have? Where are we at now, and what do we have coming up?
Folks might remember this spring, we were really excited to announce that we're part of a group of organizations, including Wisconsin Veterans Network, Wisconsin Department of Veterans Affairs, and others, who are bringing a newer program that exists at the national level called ETS sponsorship to the state of Wisconsin. This is a peer support program that matches service members as they're transitioning from active duty, matches them with volunteer sponsors in the communities where they will be relocating to, helping them build not only relationships, but also kind of get a lay of the land of what life is going to be on the outside, so to speak. So everything from health and wellness, housing, education, family support, to employment. And that's specifically the area that we are focusing on, is working with this program and connecting employers who are looking to connect with veteran and military affiliated talent. So we are in the midst of developing a really what I think will be a pretty revolutionary job board. I know that there are a litany of different job boards, employment resources available nationally as well as in Wisconsin. This one will have some functionality that's really unique to the needs of transitioning service members, share information about benefits, compensation, and benefit packages, and be able to compare that to the military equivalency for that service member. So we really see this as a talent development initiative, something that can help us attract job seekers and military and veteran employees to the state of Wisconsin. We know that those folks have incredible experience, skills, talent that our state's business really is in desperate need for. And so we're excited to be able to bridge that divide and connect those dots and further put Wisconsin on the map as a destination of choice for service members and their families, once they leave active duty.
So ETS sponsorship. So if we're talking about the whole pipeline of veterans from military service to reintegration to forming a business or becoming employees and contributing to our economy and everybody, Wisconsin becoming the best state ever. So step one is that transition, and we are going to. Our plan is through ETS sponsorship, which is a proven program, and to use our resources through the program, through the mentorship program, and through this job board, which will be unlike any other job board, just simply because our criteria is well, you'll see it. It's going to be amazing. So we have that. We're going to have that on lockdown, or at least we're going to be doing our part to support that.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing more coming up though for some other avenues, right? What about for the business owner?
Well, that certainly ties into the funding opportunity that you mentioned during the intro. We were really fortunate to be selected to receive some funding from the state of Wisconsin that really invests in organizations like ours. A couple dozen different organizations, all who focus on diverse and underserved businesses. So that runs the gamut from minority-owned businesses and businesses owned by people of color, women-owned businesses, LGBT-owned businesses, rural businesses, folks that just historically have had a more difficult time accessing resources, accessing assistance, capital. And so, our focus is obviously on the needs of veteran business owners. A lot of folks maybe don't realize that even though veterans start businesses at higher rates compared to non-veterans, they also face some more significant challenges in business ownership than non-veterans do, specifically around access to professional networks, which makes sense because while you're in the military, you're not necessarily developing a professional network. Access to technical assistance, the places that you can go either to, if you're just starting out to learn how to write a business plan, to access some of the support that's available through programs like the SBA or through the state of Wisconsin, local governments, et cetera. And also, resources for existing businesses that maybe are looking to grow or scale their operations. And finally, access to capital, access to either investment or loan capital. Research from Syracuse University found that veterans are 4 times as likely to be denied lending capital as non-veterans are.
Wow.
I hope I'm citing that statistic correctly. If anybody from Syracuse happens to be listening and wants to clarify, they're welcome to do so. But the fact remains that there are some significant barriers that veterans specifically face in starting and growing businesses, and so our focus is obviously on how can we address those. First and foremost, how can we serve as a connection point, as a facilitator for veterans starting businesses with all of the existing resources that are available locally, statewide, and across the country. There are some really exciting programs nationally coming online that would certainly benefit veteran-owned businesses, and so to the extent that we can, we want to funnel folks in those directions. But our role is also to fill those gaps and to do what we can to help facilitate those the development of those networks, to help provide that technical assistance, that direct support, to focus on things that really are somewhat unique to or uniquely applicable to veteran business owners. Things like contracting programs, supply chain programs, procurement programs. And then ultimately, how can we help veteran business owners, access the capital that they need to start and grow their businesses, in a sustainable way. We don't necessarily want to see folks maxing out credit cards or, putting themselves in really dire financial straits in their endeavor to start a business when there are so many other resources available to them that can help meet their needs without necessarily putting them at a disadvantage. So that's the focus of our work with veteran business owners. How that manifests is going to include hiring and bringing on more people to our team, more outreach and service folks, so that we are better able to meet the needs of all of our members across the state. We have been very deliberate about hosting different events, offering different engagement opportunities in communities across the state, doing more things virtually so that veteran business owners, entrepreneurs, military spouse business owners and entrepreneurs, so that they can access what we're doing regardless of where they live. But nothing really replicates that direct outreach, that local contact. And so A big part of this funding is going to be dedicated towards expanding our capacity to provide that technical assistance and that direct support, and to do so in a way that really reflects kind of the changing business landscape. Obviously, COVID is still very much a factor in kind of the overall business environment, and so now businesses have even more of a I guess the best word would be charge, or even more of a need to be to have a robust digital presence and to have a good understanding of e-commerce, to be able to adjust to very quickly changing operating environments, whether that's public health orders or supply chain issues or workforce shortages. All of these things are inextricably linked to COVID, and so that's really going to be our focus. Is there's the the direct support that we need veteran-owned businesses, that we know veteran-owned businesses need, but in addition to that, there's also the kind of updated and new operating environment that these businesses are going to be in, and how can we make sure that they're best positioned for success.
So when you say this funding, we're referring to the giant check with
Yes.
Governor Evers, that photo. So if anybody's wondering, hey, didn't you guys get $2 million? Well, yes, we were awarded that grant. That has not come to us yet. And if you're wondering what we're planning on doing with all of it, that what Saul just said, you heard it there. And so you're talking about not a small undertaking, and doing this throughout the state, correct? Can you talk about kind of the what we've done to expand our services and support services throughout the state, and what we are going to do to amplify that times 100?
Yeah, one of the, even prior to COVID, one of the things that we were being very intentional about was even though we are based in Milwaukee, we have members and we serve businesses, veteran-owned businesses, employers, veteran-friendly businesses across the entire state. Our footprint ranges from central sheet metal in Hudson, Wisconsin, to Mr. Handyman in Kenosha, Wisconsin, and all points in between. We do have members across the entire state because there are veteran-owned businesses across the entire state, and they're in need of support. They're in need of networks and guidance, and the things that we really are passionate about providing. So we've been doing more in-person programming in areas around the state. In the first half of the year, we were in Eau Claire, we were in Stevens Point, Racine, Madison. The second half of the year, we plan to be in those communities once again, to be in even more communities like Green Bay and the Fox Valley, La Crosse, central Wisconsin, Wausau area. We know that there are, as I said, there are veteran business owners in every single community in the entire state of Wisconsin. They're important parts of their local economy. They're important parts of their communities. And so we want to make sure that they know that we are here to be a resource, that they know what we can do to support them, from offering those educational and networking opportunities, promoting their businesses to a wider audience. Some of our more intensive direct support programs, like our Command Post Business Accelerator, all of those are available to veteran-owned businesses and military-affiliated businesses across the state. And so that's part of it, is doing more in-person events and engagement opportunities. And part of that is also, on our part, leveraging virtual platforms like this to reach those business owners no matter where they live. So having program offerings that are virtual or that are hybrid, so that when we're offering, when we're putting on a presentation or an educational workshop, folks can participate in that no matter where they're located in the entire state. So it's kind of a combination. It's a combination of us getting out there, but also leveraging the tools that we have at our disposal to reach the widest possible audience.
Good stuff. I mean, are we dropping some alpha, some inside information? Is there a chance that potentially in the future the Wisconsin Veterans Chamber of Commerce might be looking for more talent to add to our ranks?
I mean, I don't think it's necessarily a secret to say, yes, we're expecting to expand our team. As you mentioned, this is government funding, and sometimes, especially for a program like this, that's a combination of federal and state. There are some hoops that you have to jump through, and so we don't necessarily have a timeline, but certainly in the near future, we will be joining the ranks of many, many other employers across the state of Wisconsin, which is trying to find great talent that can help us grow our organization.
Outstanding. Well, good stuff. That was the biggest chunk and the most exciting bit of news, but there's also an important part of what we do on a tactical level, and that is support our members and our members as individuals, as business owners, and so on. So to talk about that, our VP of membership, he's the guy that knows what he's talking about when it comes to that stuff. To talk about the state of membership and the ways that we do currently and plan on continue to support our members, and the plans we have to expand the way in which we support our members. Christian, what do you got?
Yeah, it's a really exciting time. The membership, I have continual membership meetings with folks, both current members and potential members. So the interest level is there. It's growing. It's expanding. But as we always say, the way that you're going to get the most out of any sort of affiliation, any sort of membership, ours or anybody else's, is what level are you going to be engaged in? And so it's really about how much are you willing to invest in order to get that return. The more folks invest with us, and I'm talking time and energy into coming to events, into participating, updating your information and things with us, the more return you're going to see. To make some of that easier, we've done a lot of changes to things like our website, updated things to make things much easier. I kind of want one of those little signs that says, please excuse our dust, because we got so much stuff going on. But we've redone things like the business directory. The business directory is now searchable. You can look by veteran-owned businesses, veteran affiliations. You can search through all sorts of categories, everything from arts to legal to animal products. Whatever you're looking for is on our list, and that continually grows. For the members that are out there or any potential members coming in, it is very important, obviously, to have that information be the most current so that people can reach out to you, can get a hold of you, and can bring business to you. In conjunction with that, we have also launched a customer portal. The customer portal is your way to be fully ensconced into the chamber. You will have personalized access. You can upload logos. You can change contact details. You can add members of your organization to our mailing list, distribution lists, so that even more people from your organization are aware of things that we're putting on, different events. So even if you as the business owner are not able to attend, one of your team can attend instead. And that way you keep that continual engagement with us, and you're going to get the most out of that membership. In addition to that, I often get asked the question of, well, how do I demonstrate that I'm either a veteran-owned or veteran-supported business without, splashing something big on there, veteran-owned? Because most of us are fairly subtle. It was a big part of our lives. We enjoyed serving, but that's also in some cases, just a part of our lives, not currently our lives. So it's something that we do want to reflect and demonstrate in our businesses. Many times that's what led to opening the business. So how to do that without being really in your face? Well, for our members, we actually provide a Wisconsin Veterans Chamber of Commerce logo, which includes either veteran-owned or veteran-friendly as a tagline on it. It's a very subtle logo. It can be added to websites, business cards, social media, you name it. And that's something that everybody should receive as they come on. My request, obviously, to any current members out there who came on at varying times, if you don't have the logo, or you don't think you have the logo, or you misplaced the logo, whatever it may be, reach out to us, and we will make sure that you have a copy of that to display in whatever format you wish to do so.
Right on. So in your daily dealings with a handful of our members, business owners and professionals that you do every day, what are you seeing as the biggest concern or biggest hurdle or maybe biggest speed bump that they have in front of them, facing the rest of this year, that they're looking to get support with, that we're able to help with? Is it networking? Is it marketing? Is it they're worried about inflation? Is it supply chain? What are you hearing from people?
It really runs the gamut, and it kind of depends on the organization itself. Number one, I would say, would have to be people. Everybody's hurting for staff, team members, people with a set of skills. Everybody's hurting for that. And that's where we can incorporate some of these programs like the ETS sponsorship, like some of the other programs that we're involved in, which are really an attractor to the state of Wisconsin for exiting service members. It's a way to get that talent into the state and show them that the state of Wisconsin is very veteran friendly. We have some perks here that supersede a lot of other states, and I'm definitely not trying to say that any other states.
The three of us,
Correct. And things like the Wisconsin GI Bill, that's one that is pretty unique to this state, and something that folks don't often realize is you can transfer that to your dependents.
And it's separate from the federal one. People don't know that either.
It is. So, I mean, that in and of itself, if you're looking for educational opportunities, this is the place to be, So that would be number one, would be that personnel piece. The rest, it sort of ranges. It can range everything from how do I do more business with veteran-owned businesses? How do I identify veteran-owned businesses? We can say and we can point to the fact that recognized by the state, there's a handful of veteran-owned businesses. That is not to say in any way, shape, or form that those are the only veteran-owned businesses within the state. That's a handful, and things like displaying the logo, having that available, using our business directory. That's a really good way to identify those veteran-owned businesses that you can actually engage with and do business with. And that can put you into, opportunities to expand out even further. You never know what you can achieve with that.
Good stuff. Before I move on to marketing and communications, which really is kind of a subset of the way that we support our members, any closing thoughts in the membership world and how we support our members? Maybe
Absolutely.
A pitch?
The membership is always growing, and I mean that in several ways. It's growing in its volume, and it's growing and evolving in what it looks like. So the pitch that I would put out there is, if you're not a member, you should become a member. If you are a member, let us know. Let us know what it is that you are looking for. If we're doing exactly what you want and your business is thriving, talk to us. Let us know that. If we're not doing something that would be highly valuable to you, let us know. That's the way that we can evolve the programs, we can evolve our offerings and provide you what you need. I can't say all of them will happen overnight, but we listen. We like to change our stuff. The membership in just the year that I've been here has evolved, and we've added some things, we've taken some things away, and all in response to what people are telling us. So keep that communication open, reach out to us and let us know what you want.
Right on, Christian. Good stuff. And and we'll be reaching out to you as well, because that's what we do, to see what your needs are and how we can better serve you. And one of the ways that we service through by leveraging our network, not only for in-person events, but also through our social and our web presence. We have a very, very large web presence, huge mailing list, developed socials with good reach. And one of the ways, especially during COVID, that we found that we could provide value for our members, especially our business members, our business owners, was to promote them, to share their successes, to share their deals and programs and updates and all that fun stuff, is to be a marketing arm for them and to leverage our network to get their messaging to their target audiences. And really, that was the thing that we doubled down on during COVID, because it was the thing that we could do most effectively from a distance while everybody was shut down. And we had a lot of success doing that. And so we've continued to do it. We have a lot of ways that we reach out to our audience, and a lot of ways that we can feature our members and what they do and how they do it and what they have going on, celebrate their employees, their charitable endeavors, you name it. We have a myriad of ways we can do that. We have our newsletter, which over the summer is bi-weekly, and then during the year it alternates 2 times a week and 3 times a week during the school year, rather. We have our podcast. We have our weekly live streams like this. We have our blog articles. We feature guest bloggers. We transcribe these dialogues. There's a million ways that we can feature our members' subject matter expertise and their successes, like I said earlier, and get their messaging out there. So if you are a member and you say, hey, why are they featuring X business? I want that. We put out a call almost every other week. If you have subject matter expertise in blank, we want to hear from you. We want to feature you. We feature our members. We give them the visibility that they're looking for. One of our members, Tayback Law, Jim Brzezinski over there, good friend of ours, longtime member and pal of ours. He was a guest on our live stream, and our live stream ended up living on in perpetuity on YouTube. We pulled the audio, turned it into a podcast. We transcribed it and turned it into a blog article, all of those things, and then created micro content out of it. And that caught fire. And we ended up, our YouTube channel went from like 98 subscribers to 300 some odd subscribers. And that one piece of content ended up getting like 1,800 hours of view time. And he's a member of ours, and that is a service that we provide our members, that visibility and that opportunity to share their subject matter expertise. Can you imagine being a member of an organization and being featured and getting 1,800 hours of visibility for you as a professional and your business? How much would that cost you to pay a marketing firm to get done? It's ridiculous. And that is, and obviously that is an outlier. Not all of our live streams and all of our videos and all of our podcasts get that sort of reach. But it happens, and it's happened recently. And that's the sort of value that we provide through our marketing and communications. And that's my angle. That's my avenue. So, I mean, putting it out there, if you have subject matter expertise that you want to share, shoot your shot. I always want to feature your content. I'm a content machine. Give me stuff. Let me feature you. It makes me happy to feature your business. Yeah, guys, I think we hit all of it. Anything else y'all want to add?
Yeah, I just want to add one more thing to what you said about our role in promoting and marketing and advertising our members. And certainly that's, as you mentioned, something that we've put more focus on in the last 18 months to 2 years. But I also think it's kind of emblematic of what makes membership groups and membership associations really valuable, which is, we work very hard to provide a lot of value both to our members as well as to kind of the general community. Everything that we do is open to the public. Nothing is, or very few things that we do are exclusive only to members. But one of the things that we found in addition to, our ability to help promote and market members, is our strength comes from our members. We're able to meet our mission and provide a value to the 300 and some odd businesses and nonprofit organizations that are members of ours because of the value, because of the expertise, because of the knowledge and resources that each one of those 300 members brings to the table. There's certainly things that each of us are respectively kind of more knowledgeable in than others, but to have access to a network of 300 some odd business owners, employers, subject matter experts, that's something that really sets us apart and really helps make us strong. So as much as we strive to serve and benefit our members, we're also very fortunate that they're willing to work with us to provide that subject matter expertise to a wider audience, that they're willing to participate and present at workshops, or be a guest on these live streams, or submit guest articles. All of that is because our members believe very strongly in the mission of the organization as well. And I just wanted to make sure that we recognize that, because we definitely wouldn't be as strong or as able to meet the wider needs without the support of our members.
Well said. Good stuff. Spoken like the true president and CEO of the Wisconsin Veterans Chamber of Commerce. Guys, I'll ask you to hang on the line for just a minute here. Folks, there you have it. That's what's been going on up until this point and what we have coming up moving forward for the rest of the year and beyond. I do want to add, it just popped into my head, it's not just featuring our members and giving them an opportunity to share their subject matter expertise to their customers and target audiences, but also the B2B connections that we make. People reach out to us all the time, or they meet at networking opportunities and say, I need an accountant, I need a transportation company, I need a environmental clean. I mean, you name it. Like, I need blank. Well, guess what? We know somebody. Chances are we know somebody. And if we don't, we know somebody who knows somebody. So if you're looking for XYZ for your business, if you're looking for a B2B connection to help you improve what you're doing, there's someone in our network that we can connect you with. And we do it over and over and over and over and over again. People do big time handshake deals at our networking events all the time. And that's another thing that we that's another value that we provide. I'm excited to be a part of this. Thanks for listening to us talk about ourselves here for a good 40 minutes. Folks, we'll be here next week. Getting back on track with Agriculture Month. We got some exciting stuff coming down the pipe here, so don't miss it. Next week, same time, same place. See you then.